Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Monday, June 13th, 2022. This is a special meeting agenda to continue our fiscal year 23 budget deliberations. Calling the meeting to order, attending Commissioners Duncan and Filios. Commissioner Bill Brooks is excused. One and only business item, it's the fiscal year 23 Assessor's Office budget review and a potential action item. So Baylor, go right ahead.
Commissioners, I have nothing to present other than the budget that's already been presented to you. There have been some changes in my department, as you well know, working through all those issues right now. Some of the costs that I have submitted, what I'd like the board to consider and what I would like to have had a chance to do, which I have not had sufficient time to do, would be to present to the board costs for consultant services, certain consulting services that I feel necessary to engage in.
So is that, you mean part of the 23 budget?
I would like these, yes, I would like this to be part and consider to be part of the 2023 budget. However, I have not had a chance to put these numbers together.
So it's not reflected here yet?
Correct. It's not reflected in the numbers presented to you.
Okay, so I guess I'll just go ahead with a few questions that maybe you can explain. The self-help kiosks and the pictometry.
Okay, self-help kiosks, I'm going to ask the board to, let's withdraw that.
Okay.
Although that was an idea that the Idaho Transportation Department has been presented, and it's not really anything new to them. It's something that they have talked about. It's not exactly a high-level priority for the Idaho Transportation Department. Okay. And so at this point, I don't feel it would be prudent to keep in our budget. Okay.
And then 190,000 for pictometry is the only description that I have.
So that is a contract that we get for aerial photography for our maps. It is up and due again, and so that's a valid contract value that we would need.
Okay, and is that every single year, or that's once every?
I believe it's every 5 years.
Okay, all right, and then does that come out of the reval account? Okay, so it's restricted funds. So is that reflected in our deficit?
Right now, it's being funded with Fund 46 fund balance.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that doesn't reflect.
So it wouldn't hit your bottom line.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
How much again?
190.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I believe that's every 5 years.
Sure.
Yeah, Tony Harbison told me every 5 years.
What was the first one you brought up, Leslie?
It was kiosks, so it's under new programs. It won't be in there.
It's on the spreadsheet. Okay.
Yeah, it's in our big spreadsheet.
How much was that?
$25,000 in kiosks, that's going away. So that one will actually come off our bottom line.
Yes.
Okay? So that's good. Okay. Opex Summary, I think we'll be able to talk about that during our B-budget meeting. Is that okay? All right, and I think some of it has to do like that 71,000. I didn't bring a ruler. 71,000 would be the reval. So actually, that's not going to hit our bottom line either. Yeah, restricted 22. Okay, well, we're moving right along here. Moving right along. Okay, so that's little. Do you want to talk a little bit about arranging some of the costs, like printed copies, moved to appraisal budget and stuff like that?
I'm sorry, what's your question?
Well, there was.
Like for printing and copying, you have an increase of almost 23,000.
Okay, I don't have the specific details in support of that.
Okay.
The personnel that I had that worked on the budget for me in that regard, I'd have to consult with them to get specifics.
Okay, so you
Right,
want to...
so increase, but it's decreased up here by 24,000.
Okay, so he's canceling it out
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah, it's just moved to the appraisal.
To the appraisal budget?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't think I have much on here. Oh, that was something else I did have. Oh, talk about the new window and flooring. Do you,
Which office? Post Falls?
let me see. Sadly, see, I made notes on my thing and then I've got other notes and I'm trying to remember where I found it. Okay.
So, I know that there's, I don't know about a new window, but the flooring I know has been an issue with sound and reverberations. There, and I believe also the flooring has been worn.
It almost sounded like a new station. Like, is there a new station going in at Post Falls?
Oh, I see. I don't know if it was entered in there as new window, other than trying to address the sound, the impact of sound.
Okay.
You know, some panels that might deaden the sound.
Okay.
But I'll have to verify why it was entered in as windows.
Okay.
And how much is that?
I don't have the
It's
value.
not, it's hardly anything. I was just curious as
Oh,
to
okay,
what
okay.
the, if we were adding more stations, does that mean more people kind of thing? So that's where I was going with that. Don't really think I have.
I was also going back to the B budget, the postage increase was pretty heavy at 35,000. What are you anticipating?
That was just a postage increase that was anticipated by my staff. I don't have specifics.
Through the mailing.
Right. Yeah, see, it's moved from the elected official budget to the appraisal budget.
So now
So
when we
that's-
say the appraisal budget,
Right here.
okay, fair
So
enough.
he has all these different, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 departments essentially.
But how is that accounted for in the appraisal budget? Are we taxing
So-
for it?
Yes, yeah, but see, the postage decreased here, so really it's just a line item move. They're no longer under this budget, they're putting it under this budget.
But either way, it's being taxed for.
Yeah, I think so.
So it's still an expense. It's just a question of where it appears on the ledger.
Yeah, correct, so.
But it's not an increase.
Right. It's not-
Oh, it's not an increase?
No, it's just, it's just moving
you.
from this line item to this
Okay,
budget.
fair enough.
Yeah. Yep. I think those were all that I really had. Couple Optex expenses and stuff, but other than that, yeah, I think that's it.
So what are we looking at potentially as a reduction? To the
25,000.
increase, that is?
25,000
25,000?
for those kiosks. So
And
what
the
I.
77 for reval was restricted.
The 190,000 for reval was restricted, and yes, that other,
No, the 190 was for the pictometry.
correct. And that's coming out of reval, and then so is that 70,000
Right.
is coming out of reval as well. So,
So what are we looking at in terms of the reduction to our deficit, 25?
yeah.
Or more because some of it's fund balance?
No, she already had it.
Oh, you already had it in its proper place?
Yeah.
So revenue decreases, the main one is gonna be DMV, the mailing fees. That's a decrease of 250,000.
We're talking expense rate, or the
Revenue?
Revenues decrease.
Revenue,
of
yeah, so that's what this
250,000.
talks about, is
Okay,
he's gonna
okay.
have some severe revenue
Shortfall.
shortages. So that means he's gonna, more of his budget's gonna be picked up by property tax, but there isn't a way around that. So,
We're going through analysis right now to,
to raise the fee? Or
uh,
raise fees?
we're not necessarily to raise the fee, but just to analyze right sizing,
Okay,
production and right sizing and things of that nature.
okay.
So your fiscal year amended revenue budget at 1.2 mil, that's below fiscal 22?
Yes,
By how much?
250,000.
So I think those were all my questions, looking through the asks. So I don't know if you have any more.
No, I guess not. Nancy, anything that you think we might have missed?
Okay.
Okay. Anything else? So you're gonna make some changes, is that it, to the budget?
Yeah, I wanted to come back before the board. This is,
Oh, the consulting.
yes. And I don't have numbers, I don't have specifics on that right now.
Right. So there's going to come a point, and is it, okay, I guess let me start here. Will it come from reval restricted funds, or will it,
My intent would be to recommend that it come from reval.
okay.
Yes.
Okay. So then we probably have a little bit more time with that, but as soon as, I mean, time
Sure.
is super short.
Right.
So,
And I'm working on getting numbers, I just haven't gotten
Okay.
those numbers yet.
okay. Okay.
Is that it?
That's it for me.
Let me find, this is yours, right?
Yeah. And
Any-
you would have that email.
Yep, yep. Public comment? Came along. All right then. 3:23, meeting adjourned, thanks.